Hey, welcome to Scotch Night. So tonight, very special night for us, right?
50, baby!
50 reviews. Tonight's number 50. For those of you counting at home, there may be more than 50 reviews on the actual channel. We are not counting reviews,
comparison reviews.
Yeah.
No, we're counting those, but the King
and the intro.
Intro.
And the intro. There's a couple that we didn't do any
different
scotches.
scotches.
So this is our
period.
This is our
number
50th
5.
one. So thank you for watching us. We had no idea that we would get quite as many followers as we have had over the past few months. We've gotten a lot of good comments and it's been awesome.
What is it? May. So I think we actually started. It's not been a year, maybe 9 months or whatever, and we've come a long way. We've gone through a ton of scotches. I'm grateful for everybody out there getting involved in the comments. We got Cato and Hoagie from Germany. Corey Martin has gotten really involved. A couple of other folks out there. Yeah, exactly. There's been a lot of guys that have commented. Really appreciate it. I appreciate these 3 guys because without them, I wouldn't be able to have afforded to try 50 different scotches. And we've tried some good ones. And we've got a treat tonight for you. But I just want to say thanks to everybody. Keep the conversation going. You know, keep us on the path. Correct us when we're wrong. Help us learn. We're hoping you're learning something with us. And thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you very much. We have a great variety of Scotch drinkers here. We have Mark, who's the sweet head. I'm the smoke head. These guys like whatever else.
Whatever's out there.
I'll take whatever you got.
Drew and
I'm not gonna lie.
Drew and Sean have great taste as well. The chef, we got the IT guy that manages all of our great videos and does all the work and makes those videos look as good as they are. That's huge. Plus he likes Scotch, which is great.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So this is a great team and we're having a great time. So thank you for watching and keep watching.
Absolutely. You know, I'll say the same thing. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Having a great time. Learning a lot. Oh my gosh, am I learning a lot. You know, and I'll say one thing for sure that I think is the most important thing. Thank you to the wives for allowing us to do this.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you.
But yeah, awesome. Conversation's great. This is pretty cool. You know, I'm excited for the future. I want to keep going and you know, let's go to 100.
Let's go all the way to Scotland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
That's a great idea.
That one's a good one.
That one would be good.
So
We'll get that one by the wives, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to come
See
with
how
us
I
on that
butter
one.
it up first, and you come in with that one. It's perfect.
We should probably say thanks to one wife in particular, because my wife lets all these guys come
That's
over
true.
Every Thursday night.
one or more.
Or more.
Or twice a week, 3 times
You know,
a week.
and she puts up with all of our stuff, you know,
Exactly.
coming over here and recording the videos and stuff. So, Linda, thank you for letting us do this.
Absolutely.
And get
And
us
the hats.
So,
Speaking of hat, what's this right here covering?
What's underneath
so
there?
tonight, special number 50 review,
Oh.
the Octomore 7.1. 7.1.
Check that bad boy out.
So, for you guys watching at home, yeah, this is the world's most peated Scotch,
At
correct?
the moment.
I think I might like this one. I'm thinking.
It's Bruichladdich is yeah, exactly. Is the distiller. It's barley that they bring in from mainland Scotland, right? And then they stuff as much peat in there as they can possibly fit.
It's like slow roasted, like super peated.
Jam packing it.
This one has 208 parts per million phenol, which is a lot.
That's like when you start getting percentage. I mean, it's like a lot of
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
borderline toxic, I think.
59.5% alcohol.
Yeah, so
119 proof.
so
to wash
that
down.
goes-
They're gonna drink a whole
along with
lot
it.
of those.
So this is
You
a
can, but
big Scotch.
Not very long.
you'll be out.
To go along with that, when we tasted this in the store, the flavor profile changed dramatically as it set. So for the first time, we poured a glass ahead of time, sort of like a cooking show, right?
Yeah.
We did this earlier. So this has been about, what, 20 minutes?
It's been
that one's
aired
been
out
sitting
20,
out.
20-30 minutes.
We're going to try this Scotch our normal way. We're going to try it neat. We're going to try it with a little water. And then we're going to try the Scotch that's been sitting out for a little bit to see how the oxidation and the aeration has kind of changed the flavor profile. It brought some new notes out.
Natural coloring. They
Yep.
brag about it in the bottle.
Unchill filter.
Nope. Unchill
Yeah.
filter.
So hang tight. It's probably gonna be a long review, but it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, this is really good.
So this is
Good one.
not an
Punch me
inexpensive Scotch.
No.
One of the
About
most expensive.
yeah, 170.
So this is 180,
It's about all you
170,
need to
$180
smell it. It's
bottle for a 5-year Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's by design. Sean, tell them about that.
Yeah, so basically what Bruichladdich is saying is, you know, they cram all these phenols in. They want to bottle it as soon as possible so that they can keep a lot of that stuff in. The longer it sits, they start to degrade, they start to get out of suspension,
Color,
and
flavor,
yeah,
yeah.
and so you lose some of that, and this is kind of their claim to fame. So, 5-year-old Scotch.
Nice bottle.
They also talk about the fact that because the nature of the grains change from year to year, as they're making each iteration of this Scotch, how much peat, the flavor profile, it's all a little bit different. So they put on the label, it's not just Octomore, it's Octomore 7.1 or
Right.
6.1 or
Right.
This is the only
6.3.
bottling of Octomore 7.1
Ever.
there will ever be.
Yeah, because they can't reproduce supposedly the exact flavor profile, so they don't try. It's this edition, and then that's it.
It's cool.
So, yeah.
Whatever.
What
So-
do they want to do?
And we're excited because,
It's right here.
right, you know,
Amen to
And it's in
that.
here.
and, you know, at 119 proof,
Man.
this
What
may
was
be
the
the
price
last
on
glass
this
of the
bottle?
night.
What would we give for
One,
this?
160, 170.
No, it's like
Yeah.
179, I thought.
Yeah,
It's-
170.
It's in the 170, 180
$170.
range. So what I'm first hitting me, smoked barbecue. You get smoke. There's some sweet in there.
Yeah, I get that
It's-
for
I
sure.
don't get brine or
It's
pungent
not.
smoke at the point.
It's not overpowering by any stretch.
So at
it
280
actually smells
ppm.
very light.
It does smell fairly light and fairly clean, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
And
It's not
you
as
don't
pungent
even
as
really
like
get a lot of
strong
alcohol
liquor or anything.
on it.
No,
And,
nutty
and
too.
to be 59% alcohol, you should be getting alcohol out.
Right.
Way
And you
too high.
really
I
don't
think
at
the
all.
phenol is kind of coat the liquid.
You know what I don't smell, which I usually smell in these?
Sulfur.
Cake batter.
Cake batter? No cake batter?
No.
It's not that oily either.
So
Oh,
I just got something different on the nose. Hold on.
Are you drinking already?
yeah. What are you waiting on?
Let me sit here.
We got one that's been sitting.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So this is not a Scotch that you're gonna.
There's a lot going on in there. I mean, it doesn't go away.
It's got some strength to it.
It
Yeah.
just punches you and stays for a long freaking time.
But it's not. I mean, you get the alcohol, but there's so much other stuff that it's not
I'm
overpowering.
gonna have to let this sit for a bit.
And
'cause
at
alcohol
almost
hits it.
120 proof.
My mouth's numb.
It's almost like you take the flavor EQ and just raise it. It goes to 11.
Yeah.
It goes to 11.
Great spinal tap, ref. You
It
can't
does.
beat that.
I mean, it does. So the first taste is fairly sweet, not too smoky, and then that alcohol and the smoke just kind of goes wham
Yeah.
right in the center of that palate.
It brings it to you.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
really full
now, of
and
course,
rich.
We're drinking this neat, which most Scotch drinkers would say
Yeah,
this is too
it's-
hot to
it's
drink.
gonna
neat.
need-
So we're,
it's gonna
so
need
we're
water.
gonna work through that for a little bit.
I'm going to do that
We'll
right
add some
now.
water.
I want to take one more sip.
You know,
neat.
now that I've had a sip,
Oh yeah.
I'm getting a lot more of the floral.
I'm getting more fruit coming.
Yeah.
out. Now that
It's got a lot of stuff going on in
Yeah.
this glass.
It's got some heat. In the
And you know
back
what's
end, too.
amazing? It's a 5-year-old Scotch.
it is.
You know,
The linger though is not that long. I mean, it hits you, it kind of lasts a little bit, then
You're right.
it
The
goes.
smoke linger is very
Very short.
That's atypical for most smoke that I'm used to.
And it's not dry. I'm not.
It's strong.
Wow.
I'll give you that.
Okay, now the water.
I feel like I got cheated on the pour, man. Look at this guy.
think
He's
you
got
just drank
3.5
more
feet.
than-
No, man.
Need a little more?
Yeah.
Give the man a little more.
See how you work this?
Now, okay, so I put some water on this,
All right,
and
thank
I'll
you.
say it for me so far. It definitely opened up more of the sweet wheel. The tones. I've got more
Ooh, it's
vanilla,
got some
more
oak.
caramel,
And
more
tannins out of it.
honey,
What is this aged in?
a little bit more fruit.
American oak.
American oak.
I can smell the American oak in it. That's crazy.
It's calmed that alcohol down for me a little bit.
I'm still going neat. So that's the beauty of
Yeah,
some.
I get floral with water on it.
So some of these, what you get is you get a certain nose, and then because the smoke is so powerful in the taste, then when you go back to the nose on it, it changes dramatically because now you have that
Yeah.
burn or
Right.
whatever it is in there that really softens it.
Well,
It
you
has
got
a
alcohol
lot.
vapor in your nasal cavity, your mouth's a little bit numb. It does change things. Absolutely. That second nose after your first sip.
It smells
is-
so nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put another drop or two on there because
It's too hot
it
for
didn't
him.
change the taste at all. The water changed the nose, but nothing.
Well, it's
Really?
119 proof. It's strong. It can stand a little.
True.
So, to me, this Scotch is a little unique because it's almost like a work of art. You know what I mean?
It's only 5 years. It can't be work hard.
But here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Where are you going?
That's my point. So, you know, if you've got 18 or 20 years in the barrel, that's a completely different kind of skill set. To coax that over the long period of time to get it to a flavor profile that you want in 18 years.
Yep.
All right? Moving the barrels around, getting it to where you want it to be, tasting it, making sure that everything is going. If it's not quite there, we'll move this barrel over to here. This, they've only got 5 years. They want to get it done, and they're under a time frame because they want to get it in the bottle to save as much phenol as they can. So, you know, they've got a limited amount of time. They're trying to hurry this along, but they're still trying to pack a lot of flavor into
And
it.
they are, yeah.
You know,
I swear to God,
and a
after
lot
I
of
take a drink,
complexity.
I
So,
want to chew my tongue.
you know, every
I mean,
sip
it's
is a
just-
little different.
It's like there's so much on your tongue after you take a drink. You just want to start chewing on it. I mean.
You go ahead and do that.
It's amazing. The water made a huge difference to me.
Yeah.
A huge difference. I mean, now after I've got a
How many
good,
drops did you
good
put
solid, I put a good 2 or 3 solid drops on there, and now the alcohol burn is completely and utterly gone, but the peat is just.
Blowing up.
I mean, smack! It's so rich with. I literally feel like I took a brick of it and just took a chunk of it and started chewing on it.
So the flavor, the nose is
I mean,
changed
seriously, I'm
again.
like, I don't know,
Oh,
put it on
yeah.
my tongue a little bit. It's crazy.
I'm getting dry.
Oh my gosh, the vanilla tones are
Yeah.
really there now.
Right, so when we finish this, we're gonna hit this glass that's sitting over here, and I
Yeah.
have a feeling it's gonna be a completely different review, just because that's what happened at the liquor store,
Yeah.
Vine & Table, which by the way,
Totally.
Vine & Table, thank you very much for allowing us to buy this bottle. We had to ask for it, it wasn't out on the shelf, but
It's a
they took good
special
care of
ask,
it.
yeah. They have 6.1, but 7.1 you have to ask for.
So how are we doing this? Are we gonna go around still like normal?
Yeah,
Yeah, but let's-
50.
Are we gonna hit that first?
Let's take that because that.
You wanna
that's
take
really-
that part of the review, or you
Yeah.
wanna do that after it? Okay.
No. I want to take a taste
Alright, well,
because to me that's the whole point.
well, there you go,
right.
chief.
It's full undiluted.
So this is neat. Yeah.
How long has that been
So,
sitting around
It
here?
opened about
30
20,
minutes.
25 minutes, yeah.
Okay. There's really not much on the nose at all.
As in different or as in
Or is
period?
it gone?
It's all evaporated
It's
out.
gone.
Is this gone?
Talk to me, Goose.
It's this Scotch just here. Take a taste. It's very unique in the fact that it just keeps changing.
It
You know,
has.
and I think part of it is just it's such a high alcohol content and it's so much phenol. You know, as some of that, as you mess around with it, right? There's nothing on the nose. As it sits and it changes, you know, or you put a little water on it and it changes, it brings out all of these nuances that were hidden
Your bottles
underneath.
are coming out, yeah.
You know,
Too close for missiles. I'm switching to guns.
right?
So phenol is fairly volatile, and that's why you only age it for 5 years, and why if it sits for half hour, a lot of the phenol will come out. At least the really, so the
It's-
phenol is a generic term for a certain.
It's completely freaking different.
Pass it around.
Dude, come on, quit holding it.
Now I don't know what I want to do. I had my review in my head, and that's this.
Well, I'm still
This is-
basing my review off of this.
So there's more
This is
caramel
just to
in
give me a
there.
little bit difference of it letting it sit for a while.
There's a
to
lot
see.
more caramel in the nose.
This is what my.
This is
You're
one that
getting-
you could
really. You're getting something on. Man, the nose was.
see.
dead.
I couldn't.
But
get
maybe
anything
that's
on
because
the
I've
nose.
had a couple sips of 120 proof Scotch, for God's sakes. Freaking senses are numb.
Ooh, that is nice.
What do you think? Does it taste different?
It smells
It's
about
more
the same as what
oaky.
this was
It
originally.
tastes more oak
Sure,
in there.
I get
Definitely
I'll
oak.
give it
The tannins and the vanillins and everything
Yeah.
out of the oak in that. I mean, it's only 5 years, so that's the primary flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's let Andrew start this off. This is
This is definitely Andrew's wheelhouse. He's been dreaming about this since we brought it home a month ago. I
interesting,
want to
though.
point out we sat on this bottle for a month.
Yes.
Which never.
Never.
Never happened.
Not
Mainly because it's $180 a bottle.
Yeah.
It's- you don't
There was even
touch
talk that, it's a black bottle, so nobody'd really know if you took a glass or two out, right?
We were good. Just for
We
you
were
guys
actually
tonight.
really good.
All right, Andrew,
I
talk
don't have
to
enough
us.
time to give this a number yet because I'm going 3.5.
What does that mean?
I'm going to 3.5 on this one.
Okay. That's just it.
Sometimes I have to
Sips and he
I
might
have,
make
I
it
have
a
to throw
5,
something
I don't
out
know.
there and then let it bounce around in my head a little bit to see if it actually goes.
Let the man work.
Because this has a lot going on. The alcohol content is challenging to get through. You got to work through the alcohol content. The phenol helps balance a little bit, but there's so much there. You let it sit for a half hour, like that second glass. You get more of the oak. You get more of the caramels,
True.
vanillins out of the oak.
Can't disagree.
Off the top of the nose, it's the smoke, it's the peat, it's the alcohol, it's all that. Just This is a powerful Scotch, not for the faint of heart.
No.
You have to be a serious Scotch drinker to even appreciate this. You give this to a newbie, number one, they won't appreciate $180 a bottle.
not spending
Number two,
$180.
they'll never drink Scotch again.
That's
Because
true.
it's so strong.
It is.
It's potent. It's just
It
that
is a smack in the face.
kick. So what you do in 5 years with this is pretty impressive. Now, admittedly, this group has not drunk a bunch of the cask strength kind of stuff.
True.
So this is fairly new concentrations for us. So we have to understand that.
Well,
So much sweeter.
Not
with
Scotch
water.
anyway.
For me.
Bottle of
So I'm going to
bottle.
give this a 3.5 because there is an amazingly large amount of complexity in a 5-year-old Scotch.
All right.
There you go.
But price point isn't going to affect you? I mean, that's hard to do. I don't want to just, change your view. A lot of times you do take price
Well-
into consideration. I mean, they've done something completely different for that price, so I got to respect that.
That's what I'm saying here is this is not your everyday Scotch. This can't
No.
be.
Right.
It's too expensive, it's too powerful, it's too potent, and this is a specialty
I
Scotch.
was just going to...
And so when you get to specialty Scotches, the pricing is different, and I don't know how to price $300,
It's a work of
$400.
art.
It's a work of art.
It-
And so
It's worth what you'll pay for.
I'm gonna subtly remove the value factor into this, but it is worth a taste, even at
Yeah.
$180 a bottle. Yeah.
So, you know what, that's a very good review so far. I'm gonna say that
Thank you very much.
your art statement is really spot on, because that's exactly what this is to me. Is it in my wheelhouse? Do I appreciate it? Hell yeah. Do I respect it? Absolutely. Is the price high? Yeah.
Yes.
But is my value and taste going to be in review compared on that? Not so much this time, because this is unique to me. It's got some, what I've really grown to love in scotches is just the complexity, the differences,
Uniqueness.
the uniqueness of scotch, and this is unique for sure. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. It'll kick your ass. I mean, it's strong, very strong. Now, the differences between the two, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of letting it sit for half an hour. I like putting a little bit of water on it. I'm a weaker peaty drinker than you are, and especially in the alcohol thing. So for me, watering it down a little bit really helps smooth it and made it more enjoyable for me. But it just, the weird thing about it is I've done 2 drops now, once and then maybe 5 minutes later, and it's changed again for me in my style.
Right.
So it's evolving. It's really neat. So I'm gonna go right out of the gate 3 right now.
Pass that other glass over
Yeah,
there.
the undiluted glass.
All right, so I guess it's my turn now. So I'm going to stay with it's a work of art statement. I think what they're trying to do is push the boundaries and push,
That's what they're doing.
what your definition is of, a scotch that's ready, or that, a 5-year scotch can be complex, or, how much alcohol you should bottle. Honestly,
Is that legal to do this? This
yeah.
is like flammable.
Yeah.
It is fine. When you start a fire with it.
But, I think that it's got so many unique characteristics about it. 120 proof scotch, are you kidding me? This is definitely not for newbies. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for people that, you've got to appreciate a bigger, bolder whiskey to even consider buying this. That being said, if you are in the market for something that's new and unique, and you can appreciate smoke and peat and what these guys have going on, and you have a half hour, 45 minutes to kill to drink one glass, this is the Scotch for you.
All right.
I've been going back and forth. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Nice.
I only because, and it's an expensive Scotch, and it's only 5-year-old Scotch, but I can appreciate all of the different things that they've got going on here. They've done something unique to this Scotch, and it's got a lot of complexity, and I'm sure that we've only just begun to touch on all the things that this Scotch is. So, 3.5.
All right. Oh man. So I got a lot to say about this. First of all, again, it's not for the faint of heart. The first drink, if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you're gonna feel like you drug your balls through a fireplace. It's gonna hit you. There's a lot. It's strong in alcohol.
Have you been drinking 120 proof?
I've been drinking 120. Exactly. And I gotta admit.
That's a new quote, by the way.
It's
That's a good
taken,
one.
I mean, how many sips have I had? And I'm thinking, this is too fast for this Scotch, really, to give it a fair review. I mean, honhonestly, this is a glass I'm going to pour and drink for
15 minutes.
60, 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to so first pour that hasn't aired out and neat, pretty harsh, pretty strong. I put some water on it. I'm with you, Drew. Absolutely loved it. It did soften it up. It's gotten sweeter.
Yeah,
actually, the last taste I took with the water on it, I actually, after I swallowed it, the aftertaste I had felt like I just ate a barbecue rib. I was like, damn, I've been
That's cool.
So I'm like, barbecue rib.
Hungry.
Exactly, man. How much for one rib?
I just took a sip and I got all caramel.
And
It was
so-
all caramel.
But the glass we had sitting out with air for a while, it changed everything for me. I took a sip and the smell, nothing on the nose. What am I going to get? I take a sip and I'm like, damn it, it does taste different. So
Smells like bourbon.
this is a glass that I respect for its changing abilities, its complexity. You let it go. You take a long time for this one, especially if you're going to spend $180 for a bottle anyway, right? So you enjoy the glass for a long time. For all those reasons, I'm going to give it a 3.5 just because of its complexity. It's what it can do, what it's going to do, what it does over a period of time. It's really enjoyable. I mean, if you're looking for a consistent sip on every drink in your glass, this is probably not it, because this is going to change a little bit. It does
Change a lot.
yeah, I mean,
It's a special occasion
it
drink.
really is. But I respect that. I'm glad we tried it. Now, are we going to drop another $180 for it? I don't know. It might take us a while to get through this. It's 120 proof, for God's sake.
You need a little pour.
Yeah.
Well,
this
you
might
gotta
last
be
a
in the
while.
mood to drink it.
Right, and
You
this
really
is
do.
Yeah, it's not something you're going to pour off the shelf all the time. You're gonna-
thankful we've got it. I enjoy it. 3.5 I think is worthy of it because of what it is and what it's doing, and price does play a point in that, but it's definitely a unique Scotch. So if you have an opportunity to try it, I recommend it. If you don't want to drop $180, you're probably not going to find it in a bar. That's the tough
Nope.
part.
Yeah,
So
you're
No.
you can
have
always
some
come
buddies.
over to our bar.
Hey,
Welcome
we got
to
four.
share.
Get four
We've
friends
even got
together.
a guest glass. It's all good in the hood. Anyway, 3.5 here.
3.5.
3.
3.5.
That's a pretty damn solid rating,
Dang,
guys.
really
good Scotch.
Octomore 7.1. Again,
Thanks.
Our 50th.
thank you very much for watching. Sláinte to everybody. Cheers.
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 Keep
Cheers, guys.
watching to another 50.
Cheers.
Hey, Scotch lovers. Thanks for watching.
Joining the conversation.
More videos below.
And hit subscribe before you go so you can get the new videos when they come out.
Sláinte.
Cheers.